Alright, we are here at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show at the Beneteau booth. And before we get into anything more, I do want to say I managed to forget my stabilizer in the hotel room this morning, so I'm just hand holding the camera, so I apologize in advance if it's a little shaky throughout the video. But anyways, this is their Antares 11 Fly. I do have a video from before of the non-fly version. They have since came out with this guy that has all that going up there, so we'll check out the differences as far as that goes up there and still do a pretty thorough walk through the rest of the boat. Greeted us on the rear are these twin Mercury 300 outboards. Those guys are one of the options available for engines on this. And of note, there is a swim platform ladder hanging out under there, as well as a cool handhold. But we'll step on here. Got some inlets for fuel, water, all sorts of good stuff. A wash down there. And I love what they do with the fold out side here on these. You can step out here and you are effectively out over the water between two boats right now. So I think it's just a great use of space when they do something like that. Galleon really kind of started that off, and I'm glad to see that being adopted here by Beneteau on this model. This is going to be the aft cockpit area. So you got a lot of space. You can put your tables up there and stuff, set those up. This actually does slide forward and backward depending how you want to have the layout here in the rear. And then there is a gate to partition off the rear of the boat as well. Down there would be storage and access to some systems and batteries and stuff. The ladder's on it now, so we're not going to be able to get in there. And then if we look over here, pop that up. That's just going to offer more storage down in there. And before we head that way, we are going to head up to the new part of this boat compared to the old Antares 11. So we'll climb up the ladder, stairs, whatever you want to call it, into the flybridge area. And something as I noticed immediately, we've got a little refrigerator unit there. So that's cool to see that. I've seen boats much bigger than this that have a flybridge that don't have any sort of refrigeration up on it. And I think that's a real shame when they don't have that up on it, because it's nice to be able to hang out here, have your cold beverages, and just chill in this area. So here's the helm, pretty straightforward. You got a tilt steering wheel. You have a Garmin display on that side, your Mercury engine information there, and then your controls in the form of traditional throttles, as well as a thruster and your joystick going on there, and a couple switches for your lights over here. Above our heads is a little bimini top. Keeps some shade up on this area. You got this table here with these built-in cup holders. I'm glad they did that. I've seen boats where they just have a flat top and your drinks can go everywhere, and then they also miss out on the opportunity to have any other cup holders around. So I think that's great that they put that there. And you can easily fit 4 people at this little dinette area as well. And then behind here is going to be a sun pad area. This guy is convertible. I'd have to pull out cushions and do some stuff to convert that into the sun pad there, but that's an option with that area. And this does have a solar charging panel actually on top of the back of the hardtop there in that little space. That just goes towards the battery system on board the boat. And you know what, before we step down, because I'm really curious and this is a new part of the boat, I do want to see this. So there is your little refrigerator drawer unit underneath that. I think that's really clever how they did that. And then that's just gonna be storage there. You would lift that up and get access to storage on that side. But anyways, now that we have thoroughly covered this new portion of the Antares 11 Fly compared to the standard Antares 11, we'll get into the rest of the boat. Get our way back down the ladder here without doing too much damage to ourselves, and we will help ourselves into the main cockpit. So I'm gonna open up this as minimally as possible, slide in here to retain the air conditioning, and close that behind me. I'll step back this way. That will open up most of the way across there if you want to have just the space in and out, if it's not a million degrees out like it is today. And it's nice to actually have the AC in here where I'm at now. So you got this dining area here. Again, you can fit about 4 people around there pretty comfortably. This does convert into a sleeping berth if you want it to. And then on this side is going to be our galley area. And then down below here, you got stuff like your microwave and bottom of your sink. Over there, excuse me, you have your refrigerator, freezer combo, and then some other storage there. Of course, if you open up this top, there is going to be your glass, Kenyan electric cooktop, and that sink I mentioned. Just enough going on in here. Look up here, there's going to be more storage. Soft close, but I'm going to force it to close so we can keep this moving. And there's a curtain you can put across there as well. Partition off pretty much everything here. And then you do have a sliding window there. You could open up, and if you flip around this way, there is a door in and out of the helm to go up to the bow. We will probably do that to get out when we head up that way. We'll take a look here. Really large Garmin glass display. They got it covered up right now. That's all right. They got your Mercury engine information. Again, you got your controls in the form of throttles and joystick control hanging out there. Thruster control on that side. And then other than, I guess, a bigger display, your Fusion head unit there and some more switches. It's a very similar layout to the helm up on the flybridge. Of course, you have a flip up, flip down bolster. That's nice. That's super easy. You have my left hand at that, and then you get some adjustment here with the seat sliding forward and backward, but I'm not going to try to mess with that. So I know some bolsters are like, they'll get all wonky off-sided, and it's really hard to do one-handed, but that's cool to see Beneteau has a handle on that there. And then hiding up there is going to be your VHF radio. We'll head on down here real quick. You can see they have this little cover, snapping cover there, just to provide some additional shade depending on the time of day and where the sun's at. And then, let's see, hello. That is going to be the bathroom there, and that is actually en suite, as you can see, to the master. And that is going to be a separate wet portion of the head. So you have that, and that will keep you safe from getting water into the rest of your head. I'll step in here. I'm not going to turn the camera around just because I don't have my stabilizer. But there, at 6'1", I can stand in the shower with a solid 4 inches above my head at least. So if you're 6'4", 6'5", you should have no problem standing up in the shower. Can't say the same about the access through that door, but you'd have to duck a little. But no big deal. Behind there, just medicine cabinet storage. Close that up. Flip around here. And we will head forward into this cabin. I suppose you could choose this to be your master if you wanted to, or if you wanted to hang out in the back there, that could be your master. Really, whatever you want to do. I know that ends up as storage for a lot of people a lot of the time. Again, there's access to the ensuite bathroom. Over on this side is going to be just hanging storage. It's kind of hard to see in the dark, but that's okay. And then down there is just going to be access to some storage down there. Beneteau does a great job, as I close that in there, of offering storage in very creative places on their boats. That, of course, is a mount for a TV of your choosing there. Controls for the HVAC. All that stuff hangs out there. I guess I'll just note there is storage all the way around either side. Those are soft close, so I have to kind of force them in the name of time. And that is your hatch access there, if you were to need that. I do like how they have the windows across the whole side of the boat. That's something I think Beneteau does a great job with. We'll head back this way, and we'll check out this little area. That is actually going to be a little fridge freezer. That's nice. They give you extra space there for that. Behind this guy is just going to be access to some water and electrical systems on the boat. So we'll close that back up like such. And then hiding behind me here is just ample storage for bedding, canvases, lines, whatever you want to put in there, you can do that. And then just some electrical panels hanging out there. And then that would just be access to the back of the helm if you ever needed to get into anything there for any reason. So now we're going to step into this cabin back here and do our best to step into it. It gets pretty low pretty quick. There is a little bit of storage immediately in there. But looking back here, it goes all the way across. And I guess you technically could have a seating area over on that side, but you'd have to crawl your way around there. However, there's a nice little path here to do such. But anyways, this is what we got going down here. There's some access to stuff there that you couldn't get to from the top. And then there's just going to be more access and storage along that whole side. So pretty no frills, but this is about, I'd say it's probably at least a full-size bed down here. So plenty of space if you do want to put people in this compartment. And we are going to head on forward here and zip out the side door like I mentioned. and check out the bow area and finish this up. We are greeted by this little side door, so if you are docked alongside a dock rather than aft to, you could get in and out there. Step over that side. There is this little shade you could set up there if you chose to do that. But we're gonna close the door in the name of keeping air conditioning in there. So we'll step up here. I'll take a look back at the boat. Of course, a remote control spotlight. Keep stepping back. Here's a good look at the bimini and the flybridge area up there. Coming on forward further, there is this little sun pad lounging area. Currently, they have the little bimini up over top of that, acting as a sunshade. I'd be a fan of that hot, sunny Florida day like today. But you could obviously put that down if you wanted to and have sun all over the sun pads here. That is where that hatch is in the forward cabin. But easily fit 2 people there, so that's nice. You got your cup holders and just hang out, relax here on that little sun pad area. Up there is, of course, your anchor. Your rode goes to the windlass. Those lockers there on either side are going to be where you have storage related to all of the anchoring systems up there. And then that's about all we got going on up there. Let me flip around here and see if I can show you. You can yes, you can. No, we'll stick the camera in there since we can do that. These just allow you to adjust the backs of the sun pad. You could lay those flat if you wanted to hang out on them, or when you're on their way, you would obviously put that all flat as well. But flipping around here, you know, we'll call that good. There is a helicopter flying over, so I'm going to speak up and hopefully it's not too loud, but we'll call that the video. I, again, don't have my stabilizer, so I'm not going to be able to flip the camera around very easily. So this will conclude it. That was Beneteau's Antares 11 Fly. I'm really excited I got to check that out. Again, it's quite similar to the previous Antares. A few minor differences, just being updated and the fact that it's now the flybridge. But other than that, very similar boat if you want the flybridge versus not. And if you want to learn anything more about this boat, I will have a link down in the description. You can check that out and get a hold of the folks over here at Beneteau if you want to learn more, have any questions, or want to check one of these out in person for yourself. Highly encourage you to do that if this is something you're interested in. But anyways, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.